With that, we want to turn to our promised segment. That's our sit down with Lake Norman Humane Society as we continue our Clear the Shelters discussion. Of course, this campaign underway through August. Let's take a listen.
We have Abby, Taylor, and Wendy joining us with Lake Norman Humane Society. Of course, we are still in the midst of Clear the Shelters. And I hope so far this month, it's been an incredible month for adoptions or just at the very least awareness, donations, interest in the cause. How's it been going so far this month?
It's been going good. So this Friday, we had a lot of people, or this Saturday, sorry, we had a ton of people coming in for our special that we were running for Clear the Shelter. So it's $100 for adult dogs, 7 months plus, and adult cats, 7 months plus. And so there were a ton of people that came in Saturday specifically because they heard about Clear the Shelter.
Yeah. I mean, it's such an important campaign. Obviously, we've been partnering with local rescues and shelters for the last several years, trying to highlight the importance of adoption and fostering, even just volunteering, donating, and advocating. How is this, how is the season going for you? I know that summer is typically a busy time of year for our rescues and shelters. What has it been like this year?
I would say that this year adoptions have been definitely down from where they've been the last few years. I know that's not just a problem that we've seen, but that's a problem across the entire animal welfare community. But we're trying to focus on the good and celebrating the adoptions that we do have, especially this week. It's definitely a week to celebrate.
Yeah, I mean, I know it can be kind of a grind, a grueling circle, if you will, to be in and work that is, it can be taxing in a lot of ways, but really exciting to hear that y'all have had some adoptions and hopefully that does continue. I have a couple of dogs and a cat that y'all have shared with me ahead of time that you would like to profile, just to remind folks that your adoptions do continue, even though, the big adoption day has passed. The need for adoptions has not let up. So first up, we have Dorothy that you all would like to talk about. So it looks like Dorothy is a brindle hound mix who is 5. What can you tell us about Dorothy's personality?
Dorothy is the best girl ever. She is the smartest dog I would say we have in our care right now. She's incredibly well trained. She has a little bit of shyness at first with new people, but warms up really quickly. And once she knows you, she is the absolute best dog you could ever meet. And she's very loyal and friendly and overall just a really good girl.
That's great.
And she just went into foster this week, so we're super excited to learn more information about her and how she does in a home to provide that to a potential adopter.
Yeah, I was going to ask, sometimes y'all are able to get notes about how the dog does with other dogs or does with cats or kids in the house. So that's really great to hear that y'all might be getting even more notes on Dorothy in the coming days. Next up, we have Locke. Locke is the brown and white mix, you say, who's 2 years old. What is Locke's personality like?
Locke is very derpy is what I would call him. He's very athletic, very smart, also very cuddly. He would be a good one if for someone who exercises a lot or wants to go hiking. He is really cuddly when he wants to be. His favorite person here at the shelter is his trainer, Pete. He comes in and works with him all the time. Locke also really loves water. He went to the lake with Pete, waded around a little bit. I think Pete said that he would eventually want to go swimming if he could. And we call Locke giraffe and llama around here because when you look at his picture, he has an incredibly long neck.
Oh, wow. Oh, my. Well, we have a coonhound mix up next. 2 years old, Diggy. What is Diggy like?
Diggy, I would call your typical hound dog. He definitely, I would say, would benefit most from going with an experienced hound owner. Hound people are very specific. They love the howling. They love the energetic behavior. He really loves to spend time outside. He's also a really loving dog, also super intelligent. He's been through our training program as well. He really likes to go on walks, go on adventures. He likes toys, and he's done well with other dogs as well.
He's also spent time in 2 different foster homes, and he did really well outside of the rescue. He got along with the families, and yeah, he likes to be outside.
Yes, he's definitely an outdoors kind of guy.
Yeah. Right in line with the hound. My first dog was actually a beagle, so somewhat
I have a
familiar
beagle.
with yeah, they have a very distinctive bark. And I can say, at least for mine, when I was growing up, a little mischievous if you didn't give him something to do that was
That's what we
constructive.
say. Hounds definitely need to keep their brain busy, or they will find something to do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, we don't want to forget the cats. And so y'all have a 2-year-old named Momo. I love that name.
Momo is probably I would call our mascot right now. She actually in the office space we're in currently will come out and hang out with our staff sometimes. She's the definition of a lap cat, loves to cuddle up and, get all of the attention. I would say she has a big personality. She's very well known amongst our staff and volunteers. She has a lot of friends, loves treats, loves toys. She would prefer to be the only pet in the house. She's the queen, so she wants to rule the house, but she's a super, super sweet girl and would make a really good pet for somebody who's just looking for somebody to follow them around the house all day.
That's great. So for folks who are interested in any of these pets, or maybe even just want to see other pets that you have in your care, how can they find out more information?
Yeah. So all of our animals are up on our website, so like normanhumane.org. So they can go there and it is updated in real time. So as soon as an animal gets adopted, it is taken off of our website. We have nice little bios, a lot of awesome photos and some videos on there that they can see for them as well.
You can also always stop by. We are open Tuesday through Friday, 12 to 6, and Saturdays, 12 to 4. We love to see smiling faces to introduce our new kids too. And also our social media is at LKNH, LKN Humane. And we have TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all the things.
Yeah, and I guess I was, curious to hear more about, if you have any volunteer opportunities or ways that folks can get involved as a foster. I know myself personally, I got involved a couple years back in animal rescue and shelter volunteering because of Clear the Shelters. So I hope that folks might, maybe if they don't have room in the house or if they're not quite ready yet for a pet, maybe still consider volunteering.
Yes, please sign up. Come in for orientation. We do orientations twice a month for volunteers. And if you can't really volunteer in the building, then we always need foster families, always looking for people to join our team. We have a great group of core fosters right now, but we're always going to need more. So the more people that will take animals into their home, the more we can bring into the rescue. We can save twice as many.
And even if you're too far to volunteer or foster with us, there's a lot of great shelters and rescues across North Carolina who would love to have you.
Yeah. And the thing that I found as well, it's a pretty, I don't want to say tight-knit community, but it feels like a lot of folks know each other and work together. So I see a lot of cooperation between shelters and rescues and, between rescues and rescues. And so I think it's all about the animals and however folks can help out. Usually that's benefiting to the community overall.
Definitely a community that runs on teamwork, for sure. We definitely would not be able to do what we do without the help of other rescues and volunteers, fosters, other shelters, everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of alluded to this before, the fact that it can be a grueling line of volunteering or work to be in, animal welfare and animal rescue. I imagine y'all, see all sorts of things, in the work that you do. It's got to be worth it though, right? Do you have any just great stories that you'd like to share with our viewers just about, why this is such an important cause to you and why you hope more people take part in helping?
I think as intake coordinator, since I'm going out and bringing animals back, the coolest part for me is watching them walk into the door either very scared, very stressed. We have animals from all different backgrounds, and then kind of seeing them progress through the shelter system all the way up until adoption is a really, I think, beautiful process to watch them, grow and come into themselves and their, new fresh start.
For foster families, I know sometimes people are worried about getting too attached. I'm one of them. But you're always helping this animal, and we do have a lot of foster fails where they are adopted by their foster parents. But many times it's just people wanting to help, and they know every time they take one in, it finds a family, they can do it again. So for me, it's just really cool to see where the animals end up. We're so lucky with our people that we have helping us.
Yeah, like they said, being able to see the transformation of these dogs from start to finish. We've had dogs come in emaciated, super skinny, and scared, and being able to be there for them, provide them the care that they need, even seeing our volunteers interact with them and see these dogs come out of their shell, get healthy, and then go on to live amazing lives with our adopters. It is super rewarding.
I think one of the coolest specific cases we've had in the last few years is we had a dog in a wheelchair named Danny. We had Danny for probably over a year. And she was a super awesome dog. She ended up finding a home, and she goes to water therapy every week and gets to walk around in her wheelchair. And she has a canine brother as well. So we've definitely had a lot of really amazing stories come through here. And it's definitely cool to see the way that lives are changed.
Did y'all get Danny from Lincoln County?
We did, yes.
Did you know her?
We talked to Hat, Helping
Okay,
Animals
yeah.
to Survive, over in Lincoln County a couple weeks back, and they sent us pictures of Danny and talked about Danny's story. And they said that she went to rescue. And so I didn't realize that y'all were the rescue.
Yes, she was awesome.
Yeah.
She was definitely a very big name in our building and was very loved and still is by a lot of our staff and volunteers.
And Hats was fantastic. They donated the wheelchair to go with her. They donated a little pool to help with her water therapy. So yeah, she's a great example of a team effort between Lincoln County, Hats, and ourselves.
And we even had a local place that does water therapy. It's called Warm Paws. They would donate to her care and do free sessions for her for, water therapy. And that definitely benefited her recovery as well. So we definitely see the way that the community comes together to help animals that they've never even met. And it's really awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I'm kind of blown away. I mean, I just talked about how it was such a small world, but lo and behold, here we have it. And happy to report now, Danny got adopted, and
Danny did get
apparently he's
adopted.
doing really well.
Yes.
Oh, I love to hear that. Anything that y'all would like to leave our viewers with before we wrap things up tonight?
There is every breed of animal, every kind of animal, anything that you could possibly think of. There is probably a rescue that has it. I think a lot of the time people think that if they're looking for a specific breed, they're going to have to buy it. But I would really urge you to please look online, look in shelters, because there are a lot of animals waiting for second chances.
Oh, yeah. Some really great animals, some fantastic animals. Ladies, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Once again, Lake Norman Humane Society. We'll have more information on our website if y'all would like to check out the adoptable pups we mentioned and more about Lake Norman Humane. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, you too.
All right.
It was a really fun revelation, too, to learn about Danny. Kind of a full circle moment, if you will, here on Live Impact News, because I know some of you were probably watching here as we spoke with Lincoln County and heard about Danny's story from that perspective. And now we're able to bring you that update with Lake Norman Humane Society.